I've just washed my hair, so I have no idea if it looks like it should. And I have a mirror there so I can see. And that was too much information, but I did too much information booktube edition tag yesterday, so yeah. Today is Wednesday, so we're doing top 5 Wednesday video, and today's topic is top 5 rebellion groups. My name is Catherine and welcome to my channel. When I found out what this week's topic is going to be, I was a little bit concerned because I thought that it was going to be a really hard topic, and it was. I really had to think about it, and I couldn't remember all the rebellion groups and things like that in all the books that I've read, and I really had to look at my bookshelves, and I don't mind looking at my bookshelves, but it took some time. So this is going to turn into a top 5 rebellion groups that I could think of, not top 5 rebellion groups, but those are good rebellion groups, so I think that you should really enjoy watching this video, or maybe not. Coming in on number 5, I have a book that's probably every booktuber is going to choose for this week's topic, and that is Hunger Games by Susan Collins. And I really think that there is not a lot to discuss about this book, because you're going to see it in many videos, I'm sure of that. Coming in number 4, I have The Uglies by Scott Westerfield, and I really loved this series. So we have a rebellion going on here, and that is because if you don't know what this series is about, it is some kind of dystopian where when you turn 16 you can get some operations done so that you could look beautiful. And there is a rebellion going on, so all of those people who think that it is not right, that it is wrong, so there is a rebellion there, and I really thought that it should be on my top 5 Wednesday list this week. Coming in on number 3, we have The Ambassador Mission and Greater Spy Trilogy by Trudy Canavan, which is the sequel to Black Magician trilogy, and I really loved these books. They're not as good as the original trilogy, but they're fine. There is a rebellion going on, so the only thing that I can tell you is that there is this state called Sachaka, and there are slaves there. So the rebellion is by those slaves who really wouldn't like to be slaves anymore. You know how it goes. The world building is great because it is really interesting to learn about all those nations and their customs. So Trudy Canavan has even different names for new animals, plants, and drinks and food, and it is really an interesting series and villages and things like that. Coming in on number 4, we have The Selection trilogy, and I really love this one. I know that people have mixed opinions of this trilogy, but I did enjoy it, and what I loved about it is that it is like we're seeing the Hunger Games but from the point of view of Capital, and I really love that. The main heroine is not in this rebellion group at the beginning of the books, but we can see later on that she has something to do with the rebellion group, and it is what I really loved. And we don't get to know much about the rebellion in the first book, but we get to know more about them, how the series progresses, and I really loved that, and I really loved reading about it. And at last, coming in on number 1, we have Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson, and there is a rebellion going on. So it is that kind of rebellion, like every other rebellion that we could possibly read about, where we have two kinds of people. So we have rich and we have poor. And when there are only rich and poor people, so rich people who have almost everything and poor who have almost nothing, there is going to be some rebellion there sooner or later, and this is basically what these books are about. And we have amazing magical system, amazing world building and characters, and Those books are amazing. I've said it a million times, and you should definitely check those books out and all the other Brandon Sanderson books because they're just great. So that's it for my today's video and for today's top 5 Wednesday topic. I know what the next week topic is going to be, so that should be easier than this one, and I really hope that you enjoyed this. If you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in some of my next videos.